Hey there, wonderful viewers. If you enjoy the stories I share, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's completely free, but your support means the world to me. With just one click, you help me grow and continue bringing you more motivational content. Thank you for being a part of this journey. It wouldn't be the same without you. Before moving to story, please subscribe GENIQ. Once upon a time, in a peaceful kingdom, there lived a kind and humble water carrier named Shankar. Everyone in the village loved him because of his cheerful nature and willingness to help others. Every day he carried water from the river to people's homes, always greeting them with a warm smile and kind words. Despite his simple life, he was always happy, and his positive energy was contagious. One day, word of Shankar's kindness reached the king. Curious to meet this beloved water carrier, the king sent his minister to summon him to the royal palace. When Shankar arrived, the king said, "I've heard about your good nature and hard work. From today, you will serve in my palace, bringing water for me and my guests." Shankar was overjoyed. He rushed home to tell his wife the good news, put on his best clothes, and returned to the palace, excited to start his new job. As time passed, Shankar's cheerful personality and storytelling skills made him a favorite among the king's guests. Even the king himself enjoyed his company and often called him to share funny stories and brighten his mood. But not everyone was happy with Shankar's rise in status. The king's minister, who had once been his most trusted advisor, grew jealous. He couldn't stand seeing a mere water carrier win the king's favor, so he came up with a wicked plan. One evening, the minister visited Shankar at home and whispered, "Shankar, I have to tell you something important. The king has been complaining that your breath smells bad. He doesn't want to embarrass you, but he finds it unbearable." Shankar's face turned red with embarrassment. "Oh no! What should I do?" he asked, worried. Pretending to be helpful, the minister advised, "To avoid offending the king, wear a mask over your mouth whenever you are near him." Shankar, trusting the minister, followed his advice without question. The next day, Shankar arrived at the palace with a mask covering his mouth. The king was surprised but didn't say anything. Days passed, and Shankar continued to wear the mask, never realizing he had been tricked. Eventually, the king grew curious and asked the minister, "Why is Shankar always wearing a mask?" Seeing a chance to ruin Shankar, the minister smirked and said, "My lord, I asked him the same thing. He told me that he wears it because he finds your breath unpleasant." The king's face darkened with anger. He felt betrayed by someone he had grown so fond of. Without thinking twice, he ordered, "Call the executioner. Stand by the palace gate, and when you see a man leave carrying a bouquet of roses, cut off his head immediately." The next day, as usual, Shankar arrived at the palace, still wearing his mask. The king, pleased with his service, handed him a bouquet of roses as a reward. Shankar bowed respectfully and left the king's chamber. As he walked out, the minister, curious about the gift, stopped him. "Who gave you these roses, aunt?" he asked. Shankar smiled and replied, "The king. He wanted to reward me for my service." Blinded by arrogance, the minister snatched the bouquet from Shankar's hands. "I deserve this more than you," he sneered and walked proudly toward the palace gates. The executioner, following the king's orders, saw the man carrying the bouquet of roses and swiftly carried out the punishment. The next morning, Shankar returned to the palace as usual. The king, expecting never to see him again, was shocked. "Shankar, you're alive!" the king exclaimed. "Tell me, why do you always wear that mask in front of me?" Still unaware of the deception, Shankar humbly replied, "My lord, the minister told me that you found my breath unpleasant, so I wore this mask to avoid disturbing you." The king's eyes widened in realization. "And what happened to the bouquet of roses I gave you yesterday?" he asked. Shankar answered innocently, "The minister took it from me, saying he deserved it more than I did." At that moment, the king burst into laughter and said, Indeed, he deserved those roses more than you did. With that, the king removed Shankar's mask and reassured him, "You have always been honest and kind. From today, you will be more than just a water carrier. You shall be my royal storyteller." This story teaches us that honesty, kindness, and patience always win over lies and jealousy. Despite the minister's attempts to bring him down, Shankar remained humble and truthful, and in the end, justice was served. It also reminds us that those who plot against others out of envy often fall into their own traps. Fate has a way of rewarding those with pure hearts. No matter how difficult the situation, staying true to yourself will always lead you to the right path. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to GENIQ for more inspiring tales.